Yo, 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 we live on location. Me and the blackest one, we going virtual on this one, man. But we got them towers connecting us, baby. We got one of our partners in them coming up, pulling up on us today. We got straight out of high school. We
Straight
got
out of high
Powder
school.
Springs finest, slam dunk champ, ATL legend. Yes, sir. J-Smoove,
Yes,
Josh
sir.
Smith in the building. We appreciate you,
Fellas,
brother.
fellas, fellas. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. We got another high school guy, Q. You don't know nothing about that now.
Yes,
I
sir.
just had to let Q know, Smooth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He don't understand that right there.
Absolutely, D-Miles.
Appreciate you, bro, man, coming on, rocking with us, man. Man, we followed your whole career from high school on, and man, you one of our guys, man. I always had me and Q, we always had a special place in our heart for you. Just stuff that Jay Billis said when you got drafted, which we just felt was just totally unfair. You know what I'm saying? And totally bullshit for where type of guys where we come from and how we do our thing. But man, we loved your career, love how you play, how you carry yourself, man. Just, you our guy, man. So we appreciate you rocking with us.
Thanks for having me on the show. Whenever I have the free time to jump on the show, I'm all for it. I looked up to y'all guys growing up too. If Q, you and Phoenix doing the things that you did before then. You've been a staple with the Clippers. And then when D Miles came out of high school, y'all doing that, and y'all set the kind of trend for guys, doing things after they do dunks and stuff like that, little celebration. So they got to get y'all nod on that too. Guys wasn't really doing that back in the day.
Man, tell them, man.
Love.
We appreciate it, man. Straight up. When you first got to the league, who was the first person to bust your ass?
Tayshaun Prince, man. Tayshaun Prince
Prince
gave
of
me
the
the beat.
Palace.
The Prince of that's what happened in the Palace. They gave me like a 30, man. I couldn't. He was just kept moving, and I fresh out of high school. I wasn't used to the pace of the NBA and how guys just don't stop moving, especially when you weren't one of those focal points on the team. You just you had to figure out ways to get your buckets in.
Doing the little things.
It taught me every lesson that I've learned, in the NBA, whether it was good or bad. It taught me how to like get prepared for me becoming a veteran. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
when Joe Johnson got on the team, and then we had Jamal Crawford on the team, I knew how to get my stuff, how to get my points, how to get my plays in the flow of the game because of getting my ass bust by Tayshaun. So
Yeah.
I got to thank him for that, and just all the rest of the guys that showed me different things. Gilbert Arenas happened to guard him off of pick and roll switches. Learning how not to sit up and trust my athleticism, I really had to sit in my stance because he was so fast and gifted with the ball. He'll go right around you. So I didn't want to, So all those things were things I learned to kind of apply to my game.
Straight up. Powder Springs, Georgia. I didn't know your pops played in the ABA.
Yeah, he did. He did.
So you came up in the basketball house. So just tell us some of the early memories of your pops and some of the lessons that he taught you coming up in the game to become who you became.
Well, I think he might have played with a veterans camp. Maybe I don't think he played I don't think he really played a game like that. But he got an opportunity to try out. But he was kind of like a inner city legend. Played at Ben Hill. He played for the adult team. That's why I grew. That's why I learned how to play the game. That's why I started playing the game at Ben Hill, and just learning from him. Going to the gym at 2 years old, falling in love with the game, watching him play it. So I always, I didn't have cable TV growing up, so I didn't have idols in the NBA to watch it to look up to. It was just Michael Jordan because Michael Jordan was able to watch him without cable. So
Yeah.
Right.
Michael Jordan and my pops was probably the biggest inspirations of me wanting to kind of play the game.
When you decided to go to a high school, it's a lot of high schools in in the area. A lot of powerhouses, a lot of that. What made you go to McEachern?
I was kind of, back then you couldn't just really just go. If you didn't go to private school, you had to go to the school kind of in your district. So that was
In your
like my
district?
district school. And they was really known for football back in the day. Like they're still really decent in football, but we was me and Morris Allman kind of turned the tides when it came to basketball. We started to make it our mark being a basketball school, and then after I left, the rest was history. We got Sharif Cooper that came through there. The guy
He a baller
Akura
too.
from Cleveland.
Yeah.
It's some kids. It's some kids that's coming through that program that's making a name for that school. Ace Bailey recently.
Yeah, Ace Bailey.
He's gonna be a top 3 pick probably. He
Yeah.
just went off to Rutgers.
Rutgers.
So we've had some good names at McEachern for sure.
Talk to me about that ATL Celtics though, Shawty. You played for the legendary program. I remember playing against them when I was coming up, and the Celtics is a staple. I played against Deion Glover and all of them coming up, the OG. You know what I'm saying? And they I know they was the like the team there in the city, and you played with a hell of a crew. Talk about the team you played with in the history y'all was making.
Yeah, I mean it was kind of like back in the day it was like a brotherhood. I got to give hats off to Prather, to Wallace Prather Senior. He the one who got it. He the one who got that program going. Carl McRae was a good coach up under that program. He the one who helped the program grow as well. And I gotta big ups to those two that they kind of got it going for us. And then the Celtics is like an alumni. Deion Glover was kind of like the guy that we looked up to. Darnell Harvey.
Harvey.
A lot of Ishmael Muhammad,
Jameson Brewer, shout out
Elder,
Jameson.
I mean, Jonathan Hargett, all those guys that we kind of grew up as like, man, we want to, like it was no hatred in our heart. We wanted to kind of be like those guys, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
straight up.
When we got our opportunity to play with, Dwight Howard and Randolph Morris and Mike Mercer and Cliff Clinskill, we had a lot of Dwayne Day. We had a Dwayne Day. We had a really good team, and I think what's getting kind of like beside the new AAU is that it's kind of like guys aren't kind of locked in for the long run. You know what I mean? It's like they're bouncing from team to team, and it's like it's like they're not fighting for positions, and they're not fighting through that adversity as kids to try to see if they really like it or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was an amazing experience, man. It got me to the places I needed to be in basketball, and I definitely appreciate that organization for the things that they did in my life and for the things they do in other kids' lives.
What made you make the decision to go to Oak Hill? When I was in high school, my school closed down after my sophomore year. So I had options to go to Oak Hill, go to Whitney Young, Q School, my rival school, Rajon. So then I ran into Rashad Carew. I ran into Rashad, and he was like, yeah, Oak Hill. He was like, man, the nearest town is like 80 miles away. He said, man, it's like a gas station, it's like a gas station halfway. So I'm like, all right, that's cool. He said, yeah, it's in the mountains. He said, but yeah, it's girls on one side and it's boys on the other side. Yeah. I said, bro, I get dressed for school every day for the girls. I can't go to no school where it's just you see the dudes. And when he told me all that, I was like, fuck nah, I ain't going to no Oak Hill. Like,
ain't
they
no
trying to
way.
send me to the Boondocks. Hell no.
Nah, it's definitely the Boondocks. But you get to see the girls, you know what I'm saying? They in class with you and everything. It's just like an invisible line, like a certain time of a day or night. Don't cross that line. It's over with. You know what I mean? So when I was a junior in high school, so I was like, this when like AAU was everything when it came to rankings, and it's probably still the same way today, but it's a little different now where high school kind of matters too a little bit too.
Yeah.
But I had an older traditional coach. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't. I was already top 5 in my class.
Yeah.
And he was just telling me he wanted me to be a prototypical 4. Like I don't want you. I want rebound, outlet, stay on the block, post up. I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't do that.
Right.
I'm like,
Yeah.
you can't do that. Like, I don't know. Like he didn't recognize. Like he recognized it because it was like an overflow of like mail I was getting from colleges, and he would just hide them in this little drawer in his back in his desk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
'Cause one time I called him, I was like, I never really lift weights in high school, so the
Yeah.
football coach used to always want me to do some crazy stuff. I'm like, man, Coach Westerfield want me, so I'm like, man, the coach want me, so they be like, all right, be back in a second. So I go in the locker room, I just sit in the locker room, chill. I wouldn't be doing nothing, but I'm like, I'm not finna be in here squatting 225.
Straight
You
up.
know what I mean? I'm not doing that right now. So, and I went in his office and I opened up a drawer one time and it was like letters just stacked up like this, and it was just any college you can name of with my name on it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm like, why would he even keep these? Like they already sent them to my house, and I was a humble kid, so I'm like, it was just it was a crazy experience to even see that going on. But we just
Didn't click.
couldn't get on the same page. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my dad was like, man, we're gonna try to figure it out. We're gonna try to figure it out because I wanted to stay my senior year. Adidas was already gonna sponsor
See.
the team, and they was
Yeah.
already trying to lock in with me. So I was already we was gonna go places. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
it was probably the best decision my parents ever made for me.
To
Like
go to Oak Hill.
for the transition, for the transition to the NBA, absolutely.
Speak on the legendary Steve Smith, man, because
Yeah, man.
I love Steve
He the
Smith,
GOAT.
and like
He the GOAT.
I just couldn't go in the mountains. I wanted
I'm
to
not
play
mad.
for him,
I'm
but
not mad at you, man. I'm not mad at
but
I'm
just
not
tell us
mad.
about Steve Smith and just how legendary and the good of the coach he is.
He's legendary, man. I mean, he's the GOAT for sure.
Yeah,
To get guys to be able to buy in to whatever he's kind of like his system and whatever he's preaching, and to get 9 or 10 national championships out of the stint that he was a coach is a blessing. It's unreal because that's unheard of. It's national championships, so it's not just state.
yeah,
Just being able to relate to the kids, connect with the kids. I think his wife did a great job, Miss Smith, at connecting with us, making us feel at home. Because a lot of us were homesick.
yeah,
Leaving home for the first time. Kind of being up under our parents' wings, not really doing too much, and being able to go out there and try to finding yourself as a man and being able to experience like who you are as a person. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know until you're away from home, until you experience and understand. Okay, these are this is who I am, and this is a part of my characteristics.
Did you know Rondo before you got there? I mean, did y'all meet each other like on the circuit and stuff like that and talk about going there, or did you really just meet him when you got to Oak Hill?
I played against him one time, maybe when we was 16, but then I met him when I was at Oak Hill. We never talked about it. I met him. I met him when I was there.
Okay.
His story was different too. I recently went to his wedding out there in Italy, and I
yeah,
was sitting there chopping it up with his coach is like his mentor. His name is Bibby, and that's how
yeah.
he knows Mike Bibby. It's like it's his cousin.
Mm-hmm.
This guy that mentored him, coached him, and he said, Rondo was ranked 105th going there.
Mm-hmm.
And he made the McDonald's game that year, so that's a testament to the hard work that he put in those 3 to 4 months, and able to get to surpass all them people to get to that point. But he was putting up great numbers. But I think for him to get there, they had to like convince Coach Smith that he was really that good to go there, and I think he had to pay tuition maybe like the first month that he was there.
Mm-hmm.
And then they seen how nice he was. They called him back. Was like, look, you ain't got to send no more money for him. Like,
Straight
he's
up.
legit, So we met when I first when I got there, and we kind of like I was in one room, he was in another one, and then like after a week, we was like, man, we finna be roommates. You know what I mean? Because
That's dope.
we shared similar personalities and characteristics. So that's how that happened.
Locked in.
One thing I used to be jealous about Oak Hill is, man, how they used to travel all across the country.
Yes.
A lot of y'all games was in, like, y'all was playing in a bunch of classics, so y'all was playing in big arenas.
Yeah, so you should have came, man.
And y'all was,
You should have came.
that's the part that I loved about it. That I thought that
Yeah.
was just dope, man. The travel,
Yeah.
man. You see y'all in the airport, y'all geared down in that black,
Yeah.
that gold, and that red,
That
and I'm like,
Jordan gear, you know what I mean?
I'm like, man, them boys look like they already a pro team. But just tell us about that, man. Just going to different cities, because a lot of cities y'all go to, man, the whole state and the whole city be against y'all. And they be wanting to pop y'all, but y'all going from city to city and y'all trying to cross the country, kicking folks' ass.
38-0.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Coach Smith was like, the first 2 months and the last 2 months are going to be the hardest at Oak Hill. The rest of the time we're going to be traveling, and he was on. It was an honest statement. So we was traveling everywhere. We were so good. My team was so good that year. He added a couple of more games, a couple more tournaments. We went to Barcelona, Spain.
What?
And
we
went to Barcelona, Spain. He was like,
Damn.
we was whooping everybody ass so crazy during the beginning of the season. They was like, we got an invitation to this European, like this international tournament in Barcelona. And we was thinking about, like, because we just got, I never had Jordans in my life. You know what I'm saying? So like, this is the first time I'm ever getting a pair of J's. So I'm like, man, I got to go home and my partner's got to see this. You know what I'm saying? My partner's got to see it. You know what I mean? They got to see my fits, my Jordan fits. I just wanted to get home, because at Oak Hill too, our breaks are longer. So we'll be at home for Christmas for damn near a month and a half, 2 months. So he was like, it's gonna be during Christmas. It's gonna interfere with our time at home. So, we was like, man, hell no. You know what I'm saying? All of us was like, man, shit, hell no. We was like, I don't know. I don't know what a
Young and not
Barcelona,
even
Spain
knowing.
is. I don't care. I don't know. I just want to go to Atlanta. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just like, he's like, put in the envelope, yes or no, whether y'all want to go or not, and then we'll figure it out from there. So then we all put in the box, like, I put no. You know what I mean? Like, we put it in the box. He was like, all right, it was 7 to, it was like, he was like, it was like 5 to 6. We said yes. So everybody in there like, man, who the hell said yes? So everybody like, man, well, I ain't said, I
So
ain't
he
said,
tricked
but
y'all. He tricked
they
y'all.
tricked us, man. Didn't even, look, the envelope didn't even matter, man. We was going anyways, man. He just wanted to see how we felt about it. I'm like, man, but it was a great experience though, man. It was something that I wouldn't, change for the world. So just being around, those guys, experiencing that, going to Barcelona. They tried to keep me and Rondo over there. We played so well. They was trying to pay the coach to try to keep us over there. I'm like, hell nah, take me, get me back home. You know what I mean? But it was, like I said, it was a great experience. We were young, and I mean, at that age, who gets an opportunity to be able to go over to a place like that with
Yeah,
your high
exactly.
school, to be able to get that experience.
Did that prepare you for the travel in the NBA, going through that season with Oak Hill? Like how y'all traveled and how you had to eat and how you had to preserve your energy for the game. So, cause when you go to NBA, you traveling, you going to these hotels, you gotta eat right, you gotta, chill out and make sure you're getting your rest for the game. So did that prepare you for the NBA travel schedule?
It did, absolutely. It did. We went to Hawaii, we went to LA, New York, New Jersey,
That's insane. Fucking high
North
school team.
Carolina, Tennessee. Like, we went to a lot of West Virginia, Virginia. We went to a lot of places. And we drove to some of those places. We flew to some. So it definitely got me mentally prepared for, what was expected for the NBA. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that travel was big. It was big. It helped me a lot. That whole year long helped me a lot. Like, parents ask me all the time, like, what was your experience like at Oak Hill? And I'm honest. I loved it. I feel like it was a great move. But I feel like, if your kid isn't mentally mature enough to make that move and understand like what you're doing for them, then don't do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think maybe like the last year of a kid's high school career or something like that, that might be the best move to do if you're gonna do it.
Was there anybody who almost got you before you decided to go pro? Was there any school that almost got you to go to their school?
I committed to Indiana, so Mike Davis. I committed to
Mike
Indiana.
Davis, yeah.
Yeah, so I committed there. I signed a letter of intent, and I was planning on going there until I had a conversation with my dad. So my dad was telling me, I called him and I was telling him about how I qualified for the ACT, how I qualified to go to college, and how excited I was, and he was congratulating me, but he was like, we're not going to college. You know what I'm saying? You rank, what I'm saying, you projected to go 1 through 20, so get that college shit out your head, and lock more in on basketball and going to the next level. So that was.
When I came out, I was scared because I just watched the year before. I just watched Rashard Lewis slip to the second round, and I was sitting there looking at him. You watch the draft here. I'm sitting there looking at him and his family. So when they asked me, I was like, yeah, if I ain't top 12, I ain't going. But everybody came out was like, yeah, you're going to be top 12. You might be top 5. So I was like, all right, well, I'll go ahead and go. So your pops made the decision for you to make the jump.
Yeah, and then things happened throughout the draft. You see how Rashard Lewis' career turned out too.
Yes, definitely
So I mean,
did.
he had a hell of a career. So, wherever you land, God has a plan for you. Because I thought I
Real
was gonna
talk.
go before I went. And when I got drafted 17th, I didn't want to go home. I wanted to try to experience the world. I'm like, man, let me get drafted anywhere but Atlanta.
Oh, so you didn't want to be in Atlanta?
Not because I've been here my whole life.
Whole
You know what I'm
life,
saying? So
yeah.
I just wanted really to experience another place, another city. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That might that was just the thought and process of me. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to experience, but it was the right fit, especially me being the age I was, being able to be around my parents, get some home cooked meals and stuff. Still helped me kind of transition a little better too.
Yeah. How many workouts you had to do leading up to the draft?
10 workouts. Yeah, 10 workouts. I worked out for the Bobcats, Atlanta, Washington, Phoenix, Seattle when they had a team.
Clippers.
Yeah, I remember seeing you.
That
You know what I'm
workout.
saying?
You don't know what I remember about that workout, bro?
Me and Trevor Reeves about to
You
get
and
into
Trevor
it. Yeah,
Ariza about to fight.
he was about to fight,
Look
boy.
at my little cutty
It got
cousin.
real. It got real, man. Cause I got down like towards the end where it's like I'm still working out and like other players wouldn't work out with me. You know what I'm saying? I got worked out with a couple guys.
They were ducking that smoke,
They
man.
was ducking it, and after a couple workouts, like I worked out one time with somebody. It's like, all right, we done. It's cool. Then I worked out with another person twice, and they was like, I'm not working out with him no more.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. So then Trev was like a second. So I'm like, I was like, I was on some shit like anybody can get it. You know what I'm saying? So Trev was on the same type of energy though. So we get to play 1-on-1, dog. We down there get the prison ball 1-on-1. I'm like, so at the while he had to stop it, like, hey man, look, y'all, we ain't coming here for that. We come here and watch y'all compete. Like, man, shit. Y'all should have been start calling fouls. Y'all ain't want
straight up.
Y'all see these dogs in here?
I knew then. I say, look, I rock with these two. I say, look at them. I say, this, Black, you don't get to see that really in a pre-draft workout.
Yeah.
These boys got to it.
Yeah.
And they got to it to a point to where, like I say, they was about to both go turn up on each other. I say,
and that's
look
my
at them.
real partner though.
Yeah.
To this day, I just got off the phone with him like a day yesterday. I just got through talking to him yesterday. Like my real partner, like
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? You never know who you lock in with on that journey, man. You know what I'm
For
Yeah.
saying?
real.
Real
It's
I remember
talk.
that
crazy.
workout though. I remember leaving there like, okay, we had two little dogs in the kennel today.
Yeah,
They was ready to
yeah.
get to
We was in there
it.
barking, boy. We was in there barking, boy. For sure.
I want to talk about the draft because, like, you know, we watch the draft every year, and just what Jay Billis said just like really pissed me off because I always rooted for the guys who went straight out of high school, and we were
Absolutely.
starting to dominate all the drafts. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying? All the
yeah.
drafts, the high school guys was
Mm-hmm.
dominating the draft.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts and what was your family saying when you heard Jay Billis saying what he was saying?
I mean, you could hear it through. You could hear it
You can
when
hear
you
it there,
when you
yeah.
walking up. You can hear it. So, I mean, my mindset was I was just happy to be drafted. But you hear it, and I'm 18. So when I look back at it, I kind of look back at it maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, and I was like, man, I handled that like a real professional. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah, straight up.
you gotta look back at it. Jay Billis he was like a college
College guy,
analyst.
yeah,
So like, I think he was a little jealous and mad that a lot of these guys that he couldn't commentate on
yeah, going
were,
straight
were
out
leaving
high.
and going straight to the league, and so things that he said, it was like of no knowledge at all. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
he never met me a day in my life. Still to this day, I have never met Jay Billis. So
yeah. Well, I don't
um,
fuck with Jay Billis to this day
mhm.
because
I don't,
he did that shit to you, and
yeah,
I was
yeah, I
super
don't
pissed about that
absolutely.
shit.
So I mean, it's people dodge people for a reason, because
Yeah,
that's an uncomfortable conversation to have for him
yeah.
because I was successful. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
this is the greatest moment of a
yeah, man, and
guy's like this is the pinnacle of what you get.
absolutely, and
It's a
for
celebration. You don't pose to speak like
yeah,
that
man,
about nobody that's getting drafted.
yeah, man, it's crazy. It's kind of hard, man, but I mean, I'm a different type of individual now, so it's like I'm with you. I don't fuck with him still, but
Yeah,
it's like it is what it is, though. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
I look back at his career, and it's like it is what it is, man. It's like it's like you know what I mean. Like when the person that's saying it, you just gotta look back, Google him, research him a little bit.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Since
yeah.
you know what I mean, research him, see what's going on. Then when you see what you see on the back end of the research, you can't get mad. You can't get mad. You understand it's coming from a hurt place, jealousy and all kind of other stuff. You know what I mean?
Exactly, exactly.
How was that, those days leading up to everything and like this, like you right on the cusp of your dream. Like how was you feeling like going through all of that, the photo shoot, the press conferences, the interviews, and then, getting your suit and all that? How was you leading up to the draft?
It was a fun process, like I said, but it was still like a lot of like nervousness around it, because you don't know where you're going. And
Yeah.
then that day, talking to my agents, they was like, you, Eagle Dollar, Josh Sheard, is one of y'all gonna drop. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn. So you going through that. You like, damn. Okay, which one is it? It was me, but I'm like, I'm like, which one is it gonna be? You know what I'm saying? So being at the table, and then getting picked 17. That's been in the green room for a long time. So
Trust
Hmm.
me.
it's like,
18 over here.
man. So it's like I'm sitting there, like, you know what I mean, like jittery, trying to figure out, you know what I mean, biting my nails, trying to figure out who gonna pick me. And then when I heard my name called up, it was just a relief. And then we went to the 4040 club Jay-Z had out there in New York. Took my parents there, and then it was just it was a fun time, man. It was a fun time for everybody. It was a fun experience, and the rest was history.
You get to Atlanta, you go through training camp, and you finally see that jersey with your last name in your locker already set up,
Yeah.
ready to go. How was that? What kind of dreams and memories you have of that?
Cheesing. couldn't stop cheesing. You know what I mean?
You had to let it sit in there for a minute, huh?
You know what I mean? I ain't want to touch it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't think it was real. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It was, it was like the light was hitting it right. You know what I'm saying? It was just everything was just perfect that day.
Yeah. Your rookie year, you had Walk Dog, you know what I'm saying, on the team.
Yes,
T. Lou.
sir. That was my vet. Yes,
T.
sir.
Lou on the team. I got T. Lou, Al
Yeah.
Horford. How was them as teammates? I know T. Lou, man. T. Lou played for the Lakers. He lived right across the street from me from LA, but he took care of me like a mother. That was my guy.
Yeah, he a real one, man. I think we got him like in December. John Barry was there first.
Yeah.
Antoine Walker was like my introduction to the NBA.
I know
He
that
was
was
a guy
crazy.
that, you know what I mean? He was my introduction, man. So
Walk dog.
I had T. Lou after I had Antoine. You get what I'm saying? I didn't have them both. But
Yeah.
that would have probably been a fun experience to see both of them in their interactions with each other. But man, Antoine showed me a lot, man. You know what I mean? Like he was a great vet. I mean,
Yeah, man.
he was a great vet. That's all I can say. I don't want to give out too much of story. I got some stories and
we know
great
Walk Dog.
He was
That's our OG too.
yeah.
How did you feel like you fared out your rookie year? Like, you get an opportunity. You're not playing a lot of minutes, which this is the first time in your life not playing a minute. So you got to kind of get your stuff going quick as normal. It's a different situation. But how did you feel like holding up? Did you feel like you was ready and your body was ready? You was physical enough to play on that level at your rookie year?
I think I was ready. I came in super confident. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't come in with the mental aspect of like I'm finna show these guys something, you're not gonna make it. You know what I mean? So you have to have that. You got to kind of have that imagination that can't nobody stop you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you're stepping in an arena with like grown men. 30, 35 years old, you're 18 years old, and you're trying to figure out, how to find your niche amongst some, professionals, seasoned professionals. So I came in as a sponge. You know what I'm saying? Like for the most part, mentally I was confident in myself, but humbly knowing that I didn't know shit. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to be able to learn. Like I said, those veterans were big for me. I had Kenny Anderson, old ass, Kevin Willis. Oh, you know what I'm saying? He just was trying to stop.
Hey, Big Willis had you in them jeans,
Willis
didn't
and
he, boy?
Walker
You wearing them
jeans.
jeans?
Willis and Walker jeans, man. He literally like stayed an extra year to lead to get his jeans off. You know what I'm saying? He had Big Yao Ming wearing them. Every team that we went around. I'm talking about every team that we went around, he's shopping his jeans off. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, so this
was
is
hustling.
the last lap. He's trying to get his business going, so which I ain't mad at it, but he had everybody on the team wearing the Willis and Walker jeans. So seeing him and Kenny Anderson go at it, I mean, we went in 13 games my rookie year. So from not playing to starting to play because it was we weren't going nowhere. So might as well play the young guys.
Yeah.
So being able to get that experience, and I mean, just being a part of that was big. Because you got to, most of our high school careers and people that come in from the collegiate level, we're winners. You know what I'm saying? So like
definitely.
Coming into a team, winning 13 games, and you going to different cities, and you can't go out because you're 18. You know what I'm saying? So you just in the hotel looking pie and just waiting on waiting on
to leave.
Can't go to sleep. Can't go to sleep. You got to wait on the veterans because the veterans gonna call you. Just the best with you. You got to deliver stuff and do all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just the errand boy at this point. So I'm just like 13. I went at 13. We we getting our ass kicked every night, and I got to deliver mail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, tell me this: how was your experience going to All-Star, winning the dunk contest though? Rookie
It
year,
was
you know what I'm
amazing,
saying?
man.
Young high school, straight out of high school, dude. Like, did you decide? Was that something that you always wanted to do? Was like go be in a dunk contest when you got to the league, and was that a dream of yours?
Not really. I just wanted to be an all-star, something with the all-star. I wanted to be
Yeah,
involved with something with the all-star. But you know, me being a high flyer, I knew that was gonna be my calling.
Yeah.
But going out there, 18, I had one of my best friends still to this day, Michael Cash. He was a freshman in college, so we all went out there and a guy named Andy Gates. We hung out. We had a great time.
straight up.
It was a great experience for all of us. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
like I said, you know, I was kind of too young to kind of hang out with those older guys, but you know, Kenya Martin was one of my veterans, so he was out there. He played with Denver, so you know he was another guy that you know when I was out there, he made sure I was straight. You know, took care of me. So I had a lot of, like I said, man, the game has changed. There's so many veterans that I've just named in so many little time that helped me
Yeah.
kind of curve my career into the right path of being a veteran to these young guys. That you
Yeah.
know, I kind of pray for these guys in today's game because they're just figuring things out on the fly. So you can't get mad at anything that's going on. You can't get mad
Yeah.
at the decisions they're making with females, finances, anything because they don't have those veterans to kind of like let them
Tell
know,
them
hey
what's
man,
up.
look, chill out now. You know what I mean? Hey, close your nose a
Yeah.
little bit, young fella. You know what I mean? So it's like
I know
you
you
don't.
now. I heard about you now.
Yeah, you know, I know her. You know what I'm saying? Not you. You know what I mean? So,
Straight
so
up.
you got it for real, serious. So you know, these guys are. You know, you got to be patient with these young guys because they're learning on the fly and they don't have the veterans to be able to kind of put them down on the knowledge of what they need to know in order to be who society wants them to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. When they hand you that trophy, how do you feel at the end? Because this is the national stage. Everybody and their mama is looking at
You
the
see, I got
All-Star
mine right
weekend
there.
and
My
dunk
little
contest.
thing back there.
Yeah.
How was it when you got the trophy and you know they said you win? You one of the 5 ever to get a perfect score in the dunk contest.
Yeah, and I think I was the youngest to get it
Yeah,
too. So
definitely.
you never know what kind of history you're making when you're doing things. You just doing it for the love and the excitement of the game. And
Yeah.
I mean, I was excited, obviously, but I was just in my head. I was like, "What we doing tonight?" Like, I was just trying to figure out what we was doing tonight because it was like
Yeah.
I didn't have to look. I ain't had to do All-Star games. You know, it was like
Yeah.
after the dunk contest, it was like my weekend was
Showtime.
over
You
with. Yeah, it's
relaxed the whole
showtime.
weekend after that
Yeah,
now.
absolutely.
Tell me this though, what's your take on, like, you came in 17-year-old young boy, 17, 18, not knowing nothing, get in a dunk contest, don't care about this or that, you win. But
Yeah,
like, what's your take on like our younger superstars, the guys not participating in the dunk contest, bro? Like, what do you think? Like, it's to me,
man,
it's like
they just too
all of the
cool,
dogs
man.
get
Like I
out there
said,
and go crazy.
like I said, man, there's no veterans to let them know, hey, man, you being too cool. You know what I'm saying? Dummy
Yeah.
down your coolness, man. We like, cause you gonna like people. They don't understand. They don't understand it right now because they have their own selfish thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So some players need to be told, hey, man, look, you need to just do this because it's gonna be really cool to look back at when you get older and you're gonna be happy. You're gonna be thankful to yourself that you did this. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So it's like, come on, man. Jordan was in the dunk contest. That's like the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Kobe was in it. You know what I mean? These are
Yeah.
guys that we're talking about as who your favorite, who's the best player. They naming these guys.
Yeah. And
So
they
Yeah.
it's like,
get
you
that.
know, I think, you know, but you got to understand too. A lot of these guys, goats are LeBron too, and LeBron never did it. So he kind
Yeah.
of like, you know, he might have, you know, it might be the era of, you know, the guys that are having him as the goat. You know, he did it, so I don't have to do it. You know what I mean? So I don't
Yes.
That
know.
might be
Yeah.
true.
I don't know if it's copying your goat or I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you know our era, we thought it was dope to get in the dunk contest.
It
You know
was.
what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, and
you
we
had
thought it was
hots
an
like, what you
honor.
doing? You got
We
bounced,
thought it
bro.
was
Like, we want to see this.
facts.
Yeah, most
Facts.
definitely. You came in, y'all was losing. Tell us about how the city changed when y'all got Joe Johnson. Y'all kind of formed y'all core group and y'all
Highlight
started
factors.
y'all started winning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all started winning and how the city changed, and y'all are every year playoff team now.
Yeah, well, I think it changed when we got Al Horford that year. The year we drafted Al Horford, that's the first year we made it to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You saw the tide turning when we did get Joe. We did have a little better, like a more successful season than the year before. But when we got Al, I think that it kind of like cemented us as like, okay, we're going in a better direction.
Yeah.
I mean, Al was a great teammate. He's a great winner, and he was just when we tied all those names together, Marvin Williams, me, Joe Johnson, Al Horford,
Kyle
Mike
Cole.
Bibby, Jamal Crawford.
Yeah.
When we tied those names together before we got young guys like Jeff Teague and all the rest of those guys, we was kind of the staple for what was to come with Atlanta, because me growing up, I didn't want to go to no Hawks games. We was like historically bad, so it was something that I could hang my hat on, and that we was one
Yeah, I
I was
turned the city
one of
up,
the players
man.
that got the city back going.
Yeah. Speak about Al Horford, man. How proud are you to just see how his career kind of panned out and him winning this championship this
Old
year?
man Al.
Man, I'm thankful for him, man. I'm so proud and happy for him. I mean, you would think that I was still in the league, because the things, see, that's a good veteran
Yeah.
for that team, and I think that he probably was in that locker room doing a great job at keeping those guys connected and keeping those guys locked in on the same goal.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of media outlets that are trying to tear that team apart for some reason, but I think Al is doing a great job up there, and he did a great job with us. He's a winner for his career. I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. So, um, I think he could play another 5 years if he wanted to, with the way he's
With the way
refined his
he
game.
play. Yeah, the
Yeah,
way
with
he
the way he
play.
refined his game. Yeah, I think he could play another 5 years if he wanted to. So, it's a guy who I'm still in contact with. I still talk to him. I still talk to Joe,
Yeah.
and Jeff Teague. These are guys. We built relationships that are going to last
Lifetime.
us a long time. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Joe Johnson and my daughter are friends. They go to the same elementary school together. They've been
Yeah.
friends since like the second, third grade. So it's like you never know what kind of relationships you're building for yourself and for your kids.
And your family,
So
yeah.
it's kind of it's funny.
You see, I
Yeah.
can't get rid of this big
I
ugly
know.
boy forever. Like, golly.
Man, I gotta deal with him all the time, man. So,
Hey, let
it
me let
is
me
what
let
it
me
is.
ask you this though. Like you talked about how when you got there, y'all winning 13 games, and traditionally growing up, you wasn't really going to the 8 games. Like, so how much pride did you take in when y'all had it? Like D said, when y'all got it to the peak where it's cracking. I mean, we played trying to play off the whole city on fire.
Oh
Like, did
yeah,
you ever take like how those nights, like whether it's during the game, after the game, you go out or whatever, you like, bro, we got the whole city turned up. Like you see
yeah,
like all of y'all, the community out there from TIs to Jeezys to just
yeah.
everybody in the crowd, and
Mhm.
it's the thing to do now. Like what type of feelings that give you, being from Atlanta, coming from it, and knowing what you know about it prior.
It felt like everything. You know what I'm saying? Because I was, my rookie year, I was, saying to myself, I didn't want to be a part of, you know, I didn't want to be the joke of the sport. Like, it's three, but Braves, you got the Falcons, and you got the Hawks. I didn't want to be the laughing stock of the sports town, for us. So, being able to kind of like lock in, I think, Billy Knight had a vision, drafting a lot of guys that were similar sizes, and us being able to change it. Like we was one of the first teams that switched everything, took everybody out of their sets and switched pick and rolls, switching pin downs and everything. So I think that he did a great job at having that vision, seeing ahead of time, and being able to see that this was the future of the NBA, and us being able to win those games and have those playoff runs. It meant everything to me because I'm from here, and being able to have something to brag about and me be a part of it, is kind of like surreal.
One y'all playoff series that I love to watch, and it was a great series to me, was when y'all played against the Celtics, the Big Three. Just tell us about that series and how y'all went to war with each other. Playing against guys that you didn't watch for so many years and they formed a Big Three, and to make it a great series.
What people don't know about that series was they was being very, very disrespectful during that series.
Yeah.
They was going out the night before the games. You know what I'm saying? Like this, like it was gonna be a cakewalk.
You heard about them. You heard about them.
I heard about. I heard. I heard they was in the streets, man. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, hold on, man. They got us messed up. You know what I mean? They got us messed up. Ain't no way in the world they finna be doing that and think they just finna just dog walk us the next day. You know what I mean? And then, dealing with Paul Pierce and KG alone, their trash talk alone, you know what I mean?
Well,
it was
you
like,
ready.
man, oh man, it got you going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then they put the battery in my partner back, Rondo. He talking trash. So it's like you don't even know this. I ain't know this man was my friend. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't mess with you there,
huh?
He ain't mess with you that serious.
Nah, he ain't mess with me, man. He ain't mess with me at all, man. Look, they had them folks turned and ready to go.
Yeah.
So it was a great experience going up to Boston. Those fans are ridiculous, man. They're great fans for their town, but that's the type of energy I want to feel though from a visiting crowd though. You know what I'm saying? Like guys be sitting there and they be in their feelings and they said this. Say it to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to hear. I want to see how because I'm about to make you mad. You know what I'm saying? So those are the type of things that motivated me and and my teammates. So playing against KG, a guy that's hard to guard on the block, can't block his shot. Playing against basically four first ballot Hall of Famers in Rondo, Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett, and Paul Pierce. Man, I mean, it was a battle, but it's something that I can't wait to tell my grandkids when they ask me questions.
Did you ever think that you would be one of the best shot blockers in the league when you got to the league?
Not at all, man. I was just happy to get there. You never know as a kid when we were kids. Like we just knew that the NBA was where all the great players played at, and we wanted to play where all the great players played. We didn't know that. We didn't know the benefits that it gave our families and us. You know what I'm saying? We just wanted to play with the best players. And like today, these guys know. Okay, I'm trying to go for the munyan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These guys really are locked. They really know. You know what I'm saying? So,
who is one of the guys shots you blocked that you remember that stick out the most to you? You had a bunch of blocks over your career. I know it's crazy.
Gotta go Yao Ming, man. I got
Yao Ming.
And Dwight.
7'6".
Dwight.
Your guy.
I used to like blocking Dwight. He ain't like he's getting his feelings about that. Because I block him, I say something to get up under his skin. He be like, "Okay, all right."
That sounds like Q when I be busting his ass. He be mad because I be out there posting his little ass up. Mouse in the house. My bad. We talking about Josh. My bad, Q.
It's okay to sidetrack.
So you ain't never made a defensive team?
I made one.
You made one.
So I got defensive player runner up behind Dwight, and then I made second team. So I'm like, I don't know how that worked, but it
How
was
you get runner up and then second team?
yeah. So I should have got first, but it's
Yeah, because
they
sometimes they get them awards kind of twisted
it's
and messed
tricky,
up,
man. It's
and
tricky. It's
some of the
tricky.
guys that be good defenders, like me and Q, we interviewed Kenyon Martin, and we couldn't believe that he never made a all defensive team.
Yeah, that's
Not
crazy.
1 year.
And he was a cold
One of the
defender.
one of the best defenders.
Yeah, but once it's like they making people not respect the award, man. Like who's doing the votes? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like no disrespect to Rudy Gobert, but he shouldn't have won this year. He shouldn't have won. He shouldn't
Wembanyama
have
should
won.
have
Like,
won
come
that.
on, man. This I don't care how long he played or when he this man and stuff. He got you only got half of his blocks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then he's like what are the criteria? Like I don't
I feel
understand
like
because
I'm with you. The goalpost was moving because they made it
yeah,
about the defense. The
and
Minnesota
that's why I
Timberwolves
think
having the number one defense. So like, is this the number one defensive team or is this the best defensive player? Like, what we doing here?
man, are we predicating this off of isolation defense or off of team defense?
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
thought it was
Because
Memphis.
I think it should be based off of if a guy's not getting scored on isolations, that needs to be the defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
If he leads the league in percentages on isolations, like nobody scoring on him, regardless of who the player is, that's who needs to be considered. It shouldn't be about rebounds. It shouldn't be about nothing else but locking, putting somebody in the box. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I ain't gonna say a lie. Like you asked me about the dunk contest, I think people stopped doing it after they snubbed Aaron Gordon in 2 years. I'm gonna be honest. He should at least made one of them. He should at least won one
Man,
of them.
it's
He
Like that's
scored the
crazy that
most
crazy.
he doesn't
points.
have a trophy.
I'm telling you, man. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man. Like
Yeah.
things like that, man. They it's like they're turning people off. Like, don't turn people off, man. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Do you think in some of these awards or even the Hall of Fame, you think that guys try to patent their stats if they put a criteria out there?
I mean, yeah, because but like even the Hall of Fame, what are the criteria? It's guys that average 8 points a game that are in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
It's guys that average 9 points a game. They're in the Hall of Fame.
Career.
So
Yeah.
what are the criteria?
Yeah.
I'm trying to. I don't know. I just I got questions.
Yeah.
I don't fault nobody for getting in, but I'm just trying to figure out how.
Yeah. Here
What
go a
does it
question
take?
right here. I know me and Q we always say this, and we're not trying to take nothing away from the guys who made the top 75, but your guy Dwight Howard didn't make that list.
It's a joke, man.
We all
It's a
feel
joke.
like Dwight Howard supposed to be top 75,
It's
but
a joke, man.
what he did and what he accumulated, even though he didn't win a championship, but he went to the championship. He
A
was
lot of Hall of Famers didn't win championship.
yeah, he was
Man,
he was
maybe they want him to stay off the internet or something. I don't know. Maybe they want him to stay off IG. I don't know, man. I don't know what the
They hating
criteria
on
are.
Buddy
I
with
just
that.
don't know. I don't know.
but
But
Dwight
that's
Howard
crazy for him
definitely
not to be
supposed to be top
75.
75. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy to see.
How did it feel when you finally now you about to finally leave ATL? You going to Detroit, go join the Pistons. How was that like when you've been in the league a long time? You knew what you knew for a long time, and this about to be your first time going somewhere different. How was that?
Super nervous. I was nervous. Definitely nervous. But I was excited to kind of see what I was about to experience. So, it was the coldest winter in Detroit history
No, that
since
don't.
like the 70s. And I was like, I've never driven in snow. They shut the town down for like an inch of snow in Atlanta. No
Man,
school for a
they
week.
see
All that,
anything,
all
they
that
shut it
stuff.
down
So,
in the A.
man, it's stuff piled up I'm talking about piled up like on the side of the road. I'm calling in for work. Like, man, is practice still on? They like, hell yeah, bring your ass on to the gym. Like, shit, somebody got to pick me up then, because I'm not driving in that
Watch the
shit.
black ice on your way too. Watch the black ice
Yeah,
to bring
see,
gas.
I got familiar with it. You know what I mean? I got familiar with it. It's real, man. So Detroit was a great place. It's a place. Once again, it's a real place to deal with when you're not winning. But if they have a winning team, it's better. You know what I'm saying? Because
That's a
they have
real
real
city. That's a
fans.
sports
They
town.
got real fans, man. So all that losing and all that stuff, they're not really with that. So I can't wait till they get that kind of get that turned around in Detroit because they deserve a winning. They deserve a winning
They
team.
got some young pieces. They trying to build.
Yeah, absolutely. I
They got,
seen it. I see what they doing. I see what they doing. So
yeah.
I'm hoping that they get it together. So for the fans, because the fans deserve it. It's been a drought. They need
Yeah.
they need it.
You get waived by the Pistons, but Houston
Yeah.
pick you up.
Yeah.
Houston pick you up, and not only do they pick you up, your boy Dwight is in that jump.
Yes, sir.
And this is a playoff team. James Harden, as we know, the James Harden, he's on that team.
Yep.
It's a better situation for you.
Absolutely.
Your first game, you come off the bench, score 21. It was like you fit right
Ain't
in
crazy.
Yes, I was
with that
excited.
team. How was that year? And then y'all go to the playoffs and y'all beat two teams.
Yeah. We went to the Western Conference Finals. And what people don't understand is when I got waived from Detroit, Joe Dumars was the GM that I got signed with. He had got let go, and then they let go of Mo Cheeks when I first got there. They let go of him like halfway through the season.
Mm-hmm.
So when they signed Stan Van Gundy, they gave Stan Van Gundy like everything. Like they gave him, he was like the president, GM, and the coach. So
Yeah.
I knew, like what people don't understand about the business, if you're not a person's guy, they're gonna get you up out of there.
Yeah.
So he ended up firing like everybody in the front office and all kind of people. So I knew like he was finna start messing with the team next. So
Yeah.
that's just like the name of the game. So
Yeah.
he was like trying to get outrageous trades for me instead of just doing the right thing. He was like trying to get LeBron James and all that stuff. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, just get me if you don't want me, just just do the.
Yeah.
But
Get
like
rid
I
of him.
said, God has a plan for everything. It worked out right. I got to Houston, and that was probably like the most fun time I ever had in my career, and being able to be myself and be a part of an organization, and once again a city that they have like diehard fans,
Mm-hmm.
and being a part of that and being a part of that experience and making it to the Western Conference Finals with that team. It was I love Houston, man, to this day. For
Yeah.
sure.
That H-Town, boy.
Yes, sir.
How impressive, like people talk about, you know what I'm saying, all the time, that stretch and that run that Harden went on, like how impressive was that to just be privy to be watching somebody go that crazy, putting up those type of numbers on a consistent basis, just running them joints out. Like how crazy, you know how we get when we get to sit
Yeah.
and be on a team and what, like we get a different perspective. Like how crazy was that for you to be on that team and you just watching this man just go crazy night after night?
I think that year he got snubbed for MVP, but he should have been MVP that year. It was because people didn't understand. They didn't have Dwight for pretty much half the season.
Mm-hmm.
I came in on a trade. You know what I'm saying? I came in halfway through the season. Boom, we was what the third pick. We still finished being the third pick in the Western Conference, which is always a tough conference to be able to get anywhere of 1 through 8, and us being able to make it to the Western Conference Finals. I think he got snubbed MVP, but being able to be courtside and watching his display of scoring and his ability to make his teammates better it was amazing to be a part of and amazing to watch whenever I was on the bench, for sure.
And tell us about the playoff win against the Clippers.
Yeah,
A lot of
we was
teams, a lot of
down
people
3-1.
thought the Clippers supposed to beat y'all, and y'all down
Yeah,
3-1.
I
You hit
can't
some.
believe you just wanted to just bring that up like that, Black. You wanted to just revisit
Nah,
that.
the Clippers is my squad, but I
yeah,
gotta speak about my man J-Smoove
yeah.
hitting
It
them
was,
big time threes
yeah, man. It
in the
was.
game, man. Like, just tell us about that series y'all going down, and then all of a sudden something clicked where y'all turned it around and got out of it.
Man, I got to commend my teammates, especially Jason Terry. He had a lot of. He was like 40 years old, like an old head, like gay. Like I was a veteran, but he was the old head. Like
He was a
we
veteran.
like once again, you know, you pay homage to guys that were older than you in the game, and you know, I don't care how much money you feel like you made. If it's a guy that played more years than you, you sit down and you gain knowledge from that guy because you like once again, he's been there longer than you. You've never known what he's experienced. So
Yeah.
him being able to keep the locker room together, so positive. Us finding out kind of strategies to work with and within ourselves in order to be successful. You know, listening to the coach, but also understanding what our game plans and what we needed to do in order to get over the hump as well. So, a Corey Brewer, Trevor Ariza,
yeah,
man, Terrence Jones,
T. Jones,
Demo, Monta Eunice, all those guys. Those guys were perfect for us being down 3-1, and you know, I wouldn't ask for a better. I mean, for a different group of guys. I mean, those guys, we answered the bell, man. We challenged each other when we were down, and we made history.
Do you feel like y'all having to climb back out that 3-1 hole? Y'all kind of ran out of gas in the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it was moments where in the games I was trying to find my second win, and it never came. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to find it. I'm like, you know, eventually, but it's just like it was on my chest. I'm like, dang, okay, I'm on my body on fumes right now. So you know, you never know how to take care of your body and what it takes to get over that hump if you never been there. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, man, making it to the Western Conference Finals or like Eastern Conference Finals and then keep going after that, I know it's like that has everything to do with heart, everything, and determination.
What did y'all see in the Clippers that y'all was like, yeah, we finna beat them? Like, cause something changed. That wasn't the same team that we seen won 3 games out of the
Because
first
we was
4
BET
games.
and they was Disney. We knew they was some Disney characters. We was, you know, we was more BET.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. If you don't know that, I feel you. Anybody feel you, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You feel me, Miles? You
I
feel me?
feel you, man.
Yeah, we just knew that we had some dogs in the locker room. They got some too, but we just knew that all serious note, all jokes aside, we knew we had some dogs in there, and we knew that it wasn't nobody was quitters, man. We didn't have no quitters in there.
Mm.
You know?
Hey, I know I'm gonna get a good answer out of you on this one because you know I know you a little bit now. You know. You come from humble beginnings and everything like that. This ain't no question about what you did for mom or pops. I know this already. Nice house, well taken care of, whips, all that, they good. What did young J-Smoove, ATL's finest, when he got that bag, what did you go do that you now, the veteran J-Smoove, could look back like, that was a damn fool, but like in that moment, in that time, this was everything. What did you spend that bag on that you look back like, that was dumb as it, but like in that moment, you and your partners, it wasn't nothing better in the world than what just happened.
Man, probably if I had bought an Escalade on spree wheels. Remember them spree wheels, man?
The spinning things,
Yeah,
man.
them
They
things
stop and
that
you
just
keep
the
going,
rims that just don't
man.
stop when you
Stop and keep going now.
Yeah, man. I was
What was it? What was they? What was they? 24, 26s?
26s, man. You know, I had the
26s,
thin, it
man.
was all about the thin tire. You know what I'm saying, baby?
Yeah.
The thinner the tire, you know what I mean?
26s.
They so thin and so dope, but they gonna stay flat on your ass every
On
time you hit
flat,
anything.
man.
You
I'm
gonna
down
stay
there.
getting a
Look,
fix.
I'm down there. Look, acting like I'm a DUI downtown, dodging all the potholes, man. One time I got pulled over. He told, "What you doing, swerving?" I said, "Man, you don't see all these potholes, man." Oh, sir, Josh, you
Fuck up
can't
my
be doing
rim.
that. I'm like, all right, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
We all want a nickname, man. You know, you got a dope nickname, J-Smoove.
Thanks, man.
When the first time you heard J-Smoove and you accepted it as like, oh yeah, nah, that's me. Call me J-Smoove.
My best friend Courtney George gave me that nickname in middle school. You know, how you see dog. You know, he was see dog, see
Yeah.
Right.
see something like we. You know, we just naming names.
Yeah.
and he gave me the name, and I'm like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? So you know, it don't stick with you till they start calling you. They start calling you, and then once I heard it on the TV, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
that's me then. You know, that's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
the
You,
name.
you hear
Damn,
the other
I'm
NBA guys be like, "What up, Smooth? Jay Smooth."
yeah, I love it. I love it. I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? That's dope. It's
Straight
just
up.
dope, man. You know what I mean?
Tell me this, man. I know you got your young kids; they all in the youth sports. What made you? You know, you got the fifth grade team. You got the
Yeah.
J-Smoove Celtics. I
Yes,
see it's a little
yes, sir.
old to the ATL Celtics, but putting your own
Yeah, yeah.
twist on it. So, how you like that, man? How you like coaching and getting into the youth sports, and how's all that going for you?
Man, I love it. I mean, I got a fifth grade now, sixth grade team. They're sixth grade now. They're top 5 team in the country.
We got
I
them
had a girl
boys
on my
out there.
team. Yeah, I had a girl on my team too last year. I call her the first lady, Aubrey Bush.
Mm.
She's from
Okay.
Chattanooga, Tennessee. A girl you're gonna hear about for a long
Long
time.
time. Yeah.
She's gonna change. She's gonna change women's basketball. I promise you.
Yeah.
If she stay locked in, and then I got a lot of talented kids. I mean, what got me into it was I think just my kids being falling in love with sports, and then me just saying well here I am. I might as well give off the information that was passed on to me to these kids because no disrespect to these other coaches, but um, they haven't seen and done what I've done and seen, and they haven't been around the type of knowledge I've been around when it comes to these different coaches that I've been coached under. I mean, it's a blessing. I have fun. It makes me young. It makes me feel young again, being around these kids and being around the lingo. Having a 10th grade son too, I coach too. So it's just amazing. It's a blessing to kind of see yourself in a different form. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Nah, I salute you, bro, because like you said, a lot of people have programs do this and that, but like to actually coach and to give your time, like that's the biggest thing you could do is like you being
yeah,
there, being present. That's to me, that's better than money and all of the other stuff that a lot of people can do. But like to actually
thanks.
give yourself to it, that's dope. That's big, and like what I'm saying, you giving your time, you can't get that back. So salute to you for pouring
Appreciate it,
into
man.
them kids like that and giving them a place where they're gonna learn things the right way and have a safe space. So that's what's up, bro, for real.
Straight
Thanks,
up.
man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Start bench trade. You got to start one. You got to bench one. You got to
Yeah.
trade one. Paul Pierce, T Mac, Carmelo. Who do you start? Who do you bench? Who do you trade? All small forwards. You had to guard all of them too. So
It's either between Melo or Matt. Paul get traded.
you trade.
No disrespect to Paul, man. That's a hell of a list, though, man. You just threw at me. Hold on, let me see. I have to. I'm about to start Melo.
Okay.
I have to bench Matt,
Trade
and I'm
Paul.
about to trade Paul.
You played for a few teams in your career. Out of all the teammates you done played with in the NBA, if you had to build an ultimate five with 4 other players and you, who would be your ultimate five?
I'm gonna go Mike at the 1. I'm gonna go
Okay.
James at the 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Joe at the 3.
Okay.
And you said me. I'm
Yeah.
putting me in
Yeah,
it.
You
you
gotta
at the
put you
phone.
Me
in.
and Al Horford.
You gonna
Okay.
put Dwight at center?
Dwight had that back injury. He
Nah,
wasn't
but
It
it's
playing.
in
don't
his
matter.
prime.
He prime.
Oh,
Whenever you
Prime.
pick him, he in
I
Everybody
his
want
prime.
prime.
Dwight. I want Dwight. I'll take Dwight.
So you go Mike, James Harden, Joe Johnson, you, and Dwight Howard.
Yep.
That's a
That's it.
nice. That's a nice.
That's it.
That's a nice five right there now.
Man, bro, we appreciate you pulling up, man. This is a long time coming, man. We like
Man,
like
thanks
Black
for
said,
having me.
we got so much love and respect for your game, and he been talking about you, yeah,
Yeah,
the
you
high
know,
school
straight
Man,
out of
boys and
high
all
that's
school,
my
that.
boy.
man's. That's my
You
But
know
man.
it. You
Mr.
that's
know
Miles.
cool. That's
it.
Mr.
cool.
Miles himself.
We locked in a different way, so that's cool. Ain't gotta be the high school connection, but bro, it's love. Definitely appreciate you pulling up, man.
Already.
ATL's finest in the
Yes,
building.
sir.
J-Smoove, Josh
Thank
Smith.
you.
Straight
Thank
up,
you.
Yes,
man.
sir.
Appreciate it, fellas.